working, I'm working in UK University last 10 years, and I'm also teaching at University of Bradford. I'll try my best to meet your expectation. If you have any question during the debate, please feel free to ask them. Okay, so please, if you don't mind to quick introduce me yourself, where you from, what you done, what you're doing, please.
I'm from France.
Okay, if you give me 1 minute, sorry, someone at my door.
Hello.
So sorry about yes, please we'll start. Okay, so you're from France. So please, if you don't mind to introduce me. Hello.
I'm Tulani Vihara, and I'm 25 years old. Mm.
Okay.
That's it.
Oh, that's it. Okay, so are you working at the moment or not?
No.
Okay, how's weather in France? Here in Leeds is not England. We had a rain. Sometimes suns come and go. Yes, weather is changing and temperature is around 14. What about your end? How's weather there?
It's super hot and it's sunny.
Oh, good to hear. Huh? So no, it's good to for vitamin D. Huh? We always have a problem here. Good. Okay, so you done in your qualification what you did in the past? Have you completed A levels? Are you been?
Yeah, I have completed my levels and did my OTHM level 4, 5.
Okay, good. So you which course you're doing at the moment? You're doing
Currently, I'm doing. Sorry.
yes. Which course you're doing?
Uh, I'm doing a French course because I have to learn French.
Oh, good. So you're doing French as well. Good.
Yeah.
Okay, well done. So today we are going to start the unit 6. Yes.
Yeah.
Yesterday we had a discussion LO1, which I'll send you the recording for this. Yes. LO1. Today we'll go through LO2, learning outcome 2. Okay. So I'll quickly share the slides. Please, if you have any question, always feel free. Drop me email, and my email address is anjum@ukversity.co.uk. Okay, and I'll try my best to get back to you as soon as possible. Okay, so can you see the slides?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So today lesson we'll go through research philosophies, research methods. Yes. So in hospitality and tourism and management. Oh, so management is quite vast area. The success of any organization is depend upon the management. Management is a process of designing an environment to achieve objectives. So research is it play the key role in any organization. So today lesson really key focus would be understand the nature and the form of unfeasible objective, which we'll discuss. We can discuss about various, research process, yes, and the title, but cannot be deliver everything substantive. We look, different rules and procedures in a minute, yeah, and how we can do the research. Understand the research philosophy is important of research. Understand the different types of research philosophies and apply appropriate, research philosophies among various choices. So research is a systematical inquiry. What is a research? Systematical inquiry. Any research we do, we have objective. Yes, some objective to achieve, because otherwise we can't do the research properly. So that's why it's very crucial we carry on doing the research and we'll carry on updating our knowledge. Yes, so which is very important. So are you using Nokia?
Sorry.
Are you using Nokia still? No, you're not using any more Nokia, yes?
No.
Not Nokia mobile. Because the Nokia was world leader, but stay behind because they not really up to date with the research, because the things are always changing and we need to be develop our understanding about research, which is a systematical inquiry, and that will help us to be gain the deep knowledge. Okay, so which we look, today lesson, and we'll go through those. Okay, so different, I'll give you some material and resources. I'll recommend, there are a number of books, any book on research method is really good, which we can use. Yes, like Sanders or various other authors as well. I'll share with you a few books, especially in next lesson as well. Okay, so today is we focus on research onion. Like an onion, we know how to cut. Of course, we make cooking research. Yes, so onion is have many layers. So when we cut the onion, we can see how many layers of onion, the big layer and then small layer. Yes. So if when we do the research, how much we want, like you live, which part of France you living? You living Paris? You living far from?
Yeah. Yeah, dear. It's
Okay, so
little bit outside of the Paris.
with outside of the Paris. Okay, so when we look the France, of course, France. Maybe I'll go only. I've been once Paris and Florence, and sorry, it's what is the Calais. So I've been to Calais, and we can look around. If you want to see France, you have to do research about France. Yes, maybe we can watch the news and we can develop the understanding, but that's not a really deep research. So we have to go each part of France. We have to get the observation. We have to collect the data. We have to meet the people before we want to start a business there. Yes. So we have to
Yeah.
understand the French, we have to understand the rules and regulations. So as deep we'll go, so we can look around, we can observe, just observation can be a research, yes. So we can look around today, different approaches, like we can say deductive approach, inductive approach, yes. We can do the case study, we can do survey, we can do experiment. But end of the day, whatever method we use really is your objective. What your objective? I want to develop understanding about France. I want to know what are the key places in Paris where I want to visit. Yes. So I have to do research. So because my research objective to develop the understanding, to get the information about where I would like to visit, in especially in Paris. So I have to do my research about this. Yes. So that's which we look there. Research is a very important topic really in, and which we'll carry on doing in actual business world and travel and tourism world especially, yeah, because things carry on changing all. Any question? We okay there?
No.
If any question,
Yeah.
please. So we can look around the research
No.
philosophy, research method. The chapter commences with the review of those available and most important statements. The author has adopted XYZ as appropriate philosophies of research. We can look around why this is the best. If I'll use the primary data, secondary data, primary is the first hand, I'll get my information myself by doing the asking the question, doing the survey, or using the observation method. But really, is it meet my objective of the research, which we look, in how do you work out which philosophy to use? Guess, a copy of someone else, map the ontological status of your research, which we look, how we can do by looking the objective. Really, we can look around these in, and then we look, how we can meet the objective of the research. Remember, if your research chapter does not have a strong statement of philosophy adopted, it is unlikely to score highly. So we have to look around. If you want to, clearly we can say I'm using the search onion model, but I'm just using this layer. Up to that, I'm using secondary, I'm using primary, I'm doing what. So clearly we need to be that, but we need to justify what it is such objective we have. We can achieve those by doing this or using this method of research. So when we research about the philosophies influenced by you think about the development of knowledge, because the effect, because if we like think about because like set nav navigation tum initially is launched, it was telling you one location to other location. Now it's telling you the speed cameras, it's telling about the point of interest, it's telling you all the near about, even it's telling you the weather, how will be look like ahead when you're traveling, are you making the travel plan. So this is all about because it's a research, it really matters. We can deep our knowledge, like Nokia was, but not the Apple and Samsung and other smartphones is gain the knowledge, is increased there, and we have to develop the philosophy. Uh, there can be like a positivism or introvism, all these, the terminology which we'll go through. Okay, so when we say positivism, it suggests the preferred who prefer working with the observable social reality. When we are doing some observable social reality, we know reality, what is happening in the world. We know the economic situation. We know UK is outside the Brexit. What impact we have, on these we can generalize these things. Huh? So that is the positivism approach where we can generalize what impact will be on our economy, our business, how we can manage. It is based on the view that whatsoever is exists can be verified through experiment. Okay, of course I can visit there, I can do experiment myself, my own feeling, my own observation. I can use mathematical mean, how many people I met, what they said. I can use mode is the most, maybe you learn in math, of course, in your GCSE A levels or any other previous qualification even. Mean is the average of the people's view or average age, average income. So these, we can look around before we. Positivism assume the researcher is independent, they not depend on someone, their own view. The data are value free, emphasis on highly structured methodologies, and we can look around replications of quantifiable analysis that can be suggested in statistical analysis, which will go through some statistic and maths which we can use for research purposes. When we're looking interpretivism, mean which we is approach to the social research would be more qualitative. What is meant by qualitative and quantitative? Do we know what is the difference between qualitative and quantitative?
Qualitative means the quality, and the quantitative means the how many or how much.
Excellent. So we quantitative, we can say numbers, and
Mm.
qualitative is opinion, good, bad, excellent. Yes. So quantitative, we can say 10%, 20%. Yes, means modes, those, So that can be quantitative. So qualitative, using the methods such as unstructured interviews of the participant or observations. Interpretism relies on the both trained researchers and the human subject as the instrument of measure the phenomena or what is the concept we have prevailing or existing. So adopted by those who regard the business world are too complex to permit discovery of defined laws. So we can look around these, the various issues, and we can develop our research philosophies, our methodology. I'll give you old dissertation. We can look around the old research report, how these been applied, all these concepts. Okay, interpretism, which is permit, the greater, richer insight into the social processes. If I want to look around in France, I know the law, I can look around the cultures, I can look around people perceptions, government infractions. We have the term think globally, act locally. If you want to act locally, you have to go and experiment, right? Look the realism. And then, of course, you can draw your findings. So your functions can leadership or motivation or risk be entirely reduced to series of generalized laws? Of course, leaders, it can help you to minimize the risk. Maybe we can't reduce the risk, if we have a good research. Yes, but it helps you to draw the rules and regulation in your policies as a manager. So maybe the better suited business situation where we can look around the organization, personal time period, location, different across the sector. So we can look around, undermine the general visibility, the research finding, which we can look around the limited to the internal validity only. Valid mean matching with the reality, really, We can look around the data. We have the website which I'll go through where we can collect those data. Like maybe you can go in France, you can find the website and where you can do the research, what is, and then you can generalize with the ground realities as well. So global dynamic, we can look around the global perspective, we can look around the finding, no help you as the age are very quickly and business are unique and generalizable can be finding, which we can look around businesses carry on changing, and of course travel and tourism industries and hospitality industries is a fastly changing due to the technology and free movement and e-visas and all these are huge. Any question here, please, if you want to ask. So we can look around when we look at the constructivism, which is these are the terms, which is sometimes it's a pronunciation wise, but these are good to know, that some because when we do the research, we will carry on using, acknowledge the requirement, understand the reality of the working, reality behind each business scenario. It may be necessary to understand the subjective meaning of the research subject. Reality can be understood as a social construct and within the mind and the research objective. Social when we say wisdom, so which is about the researcher also make the sense of the situation. So we want to look around. If that's why there is a program called Undercover Boss. Sometimes sitting in an office making the things and setting the perception is maybe not match with the reality. So you have to look around in the social interactions and then you can draw the conclusion. Recognize that the sum of the interpretation and the meaning are commonly understood. Of course, we can commonly understood. If you work hard, you earn more money. If you have good qualification, good skill, but is maybe sometime it's not always. So we look in the social perspective and the opportunity perspective. So this may be the point of the commonly experienced stimulus that generate the shared meaning. Stimulus and response, we can look around. Realism is based on the belief that the reality exists independent of the human cognitive process. Perhaps, indicate the powerful social forces affect the people without the conscious awareness. So realism, so we have a reality, if you never worked before or you never been to or you're not networking with the people, you don't know, then of course you can't really realize the people what is the reality, because of course positive and acknowledge an external phenomena, then we can look around external factors, look around the world in different realizes which we can look around sometimes commonly ground of the social constructionism in people are not object to be studied as in the natural science, which we can look at an individual social constructed realities recognized while seeking broader social forces influence. So how do you choose research philosophy? So there are the three important variables. We can look around ontology, epistemologies, and axiologies. These are three, when we're looking about these terms which can be used. So when we looking these ontology, which is a particular theories about the natures of being, the kind of things that's existent. So understood the researcher's view of reality being what do you see? So because everyone sees different, maybe we interpret things different. So we can say ontologies and philosophies. So positivism is external objective independent social realism is objective independent human thought, beliefs, and the knowledge they existent realities. but interpret through the social condition. Maybe we can say, come on, is the traffic light, breaking traffic light is not good, but you're thinking, come on, I'm saving someone life, that's why I'm doing it. So realization maybe you have, and but of course it's breaking the laws really. We need to look around in different perspectives. So interpretism socially constructed subjective and may change the multiple interpretation of the things, which we can look around in these. So it's a branch of the philosophy that investigate the origin where this concept came from, the nature and the method. So we can say where this, let's say in a hotel, in the bars, where this drink came from, where did the originally from. So we can do the research about, we can develop the knowledge, constitute acceptable knowledge in the field of study. Okay, so we have to do the positivism, realism, and interpretivism. You can interpret the things according to so data, factor realization. Sometimes we can be inaccurate things. Our interpretation of the things can be, so is very crucial, which we can look the research objective really. We need to be focused in the context. Which context we looking? When we say exology, this is the branch of the philosophy that study the judgment about value. You're judging what is the value, because sometimes people say, come on, mm, this thing is, maybe you think, come on, is what is this indeed, because that person's social connection with is can be huge. So I have to look at different sentiments of the people and the data gathered, and what which are not, and finding emphasis and which are not. So we can look around these in, and uh, cause and effect can be claimed and which are not. So we can look around in this, we can look around the positivism, what is undertaking the value free of the research, realism, which we can look around the research in the value laden, and the research is biased. Sometimes it can be biased if you're asking the question in front of others. The people say, come on, very kind, but when you're there, you remove your name, the things are, if you want, in a job shortlisted people, they come on, this person is this ethnic background, maybe they have a different perception. So we can look around these issues, and we can do the research on the subject matter. But end of the day, really the objective is, okay, which philosophy is the best? Is the wrong question. They are all the best, but the different things. The majority of management research will spread across the individual approach and mixed approach. So we can use the mixed approach. It depends, what you're doing, what is your research and the objective. A mixed approach does not mean you can adopt all the three approaches. You can only one research approach. You need to be indicate what your choices is and your justification. You have to look around. Deduction versus induction approach. Deduction usually involve the testing of the stated hypothesis. What is the hypothesis mean? The research question which you want to test it in the reality. We can say, uh, elderly people, those are 50 plus, they are earning more money. Is it always the truth? No, I want maybe do the question, some 70-year-old become a millionaire. So we can look around the literature, the knowledge, and then we can collect the data, and then we can draw the conclusion. Is it always the true thing? Linkage often. So we can think about, do you have enough knowledge of literature to develop the hypothesis? So first thing, you have the knowledge about literature. So you read about things, then you can draw. So do you have enough time to gather the data in largely unstructured manner, and then attempt to be theoretical sense afterwards? That's really we need to. Deductions, the test of hypothesis deduction usually implies that you, the researcher, has control over the variable. Because of this control, you can design highly structured methodologies. We can look around suitable replication, probably or not, depends. Yes. So we can look around, likely you have able to formulate, critically evaluate the theories of gathering the data. So always good to be, if some author is saying this, always test it. If one on the media is this news, do is other media, and what your own and your own observation about the reality, and then you can say draw, this is the correct approach. With respect, Donald Trump always said fake news. Yes. So up to some extent, he's right, so which we can look around. So we've been given different approaches of research. So we can look around, identify the research methodologies for your topic, and we can look around. So what is about? So in your research, which we look, in the following lessons, we have different learning outcome under. So next your lesson, which is your tomorrow, we look around. Okay, so today we done the research philosophy. Yeah, so we can look around one other topic in a minute, and that's So give me 1 minute. Huh? I'll share with you, and then we can. Okay, just I'll quickly go through. Okay, so when we looking the research, really, we next, our area of discussion will be the literature which we can look around the literature, and literature is also very important to develop. So you have different learning outcomes which we'll go through. Okay, so can you see now slides? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so what we'll do in, so we can look around, be able to interpret the data and gather the research purpose. That is also quite crucial. So always good to be look around the literature first before you draw the actual methodologies. Okay, so literature's when you do the literature research about, like I want to do about research about France, I need to look around the history of France, I need to read about the literature about France, I need to look around literature is very, that's logical, I can develop my the process these, which will go through the topic in the next lesson, and we'll go through the area. Okay, when we do the literature, always need to be look the literature, is it the source of the literature? Okay, where this literature came from. I'll go through quick, with you. So first thing, when we do any research, uh sorry, I can't write on this slide. Give you here. Okay, so let's we'll go through. When you doing any research, so first thing you choose the topic. Let's say, my topic is an examination of service quality leads to customer satisfaction. Customer satisfaction leads to customer loyalty. Yes, customer become loyal with my business, or whichever, you're doing business, depends. Yes, so I can write about little bit, intro. First chapter of my research will be, this is my chapter 1 of my research. I can say introduction. I can write about introduction about what I'm going to do. I can get it the important of the service quality, because one thing is a tangible, you can say product itself, but the service is also very important, and service play the key role. So I can write about, then I can set aims and objectives. My aim of this of research. It's really my title of research, yes, which I said, this is aim of my research and examination now. Then I say objective of research. So my objective of research, I can say, develop understanding about customer service, yes, conduct literature reviews on this topic itself to draw the methodologies. Maybe I can do the service quality, customer satisfaction and loyalty within McDonald's fast food. That can be, I can do the primary, secondary, inductive, deductive approach. That can be, and then I can do to draw the conclusion and recommendation on the basis of, I can say, the people, I can ask the question to the people, those visit McDonald's, they are happy to recommend to family, friends or not. So that can be look around one scope of this research can be limited within just, from or one postcode area in Paris. So my chapter 2 can be about literature review. That can be my chapter 2. Then literatures, where I can get the literature. It can be journals, it can be articles, it can be, we can look around books. We look around the website, those publish like information about, I can, my own, observation or previous, dissertation. I mean, research reports, someone already did research, I can view their literature, their finding about, is there any relationship between service quality leads to the customer satisfaction, and when customer is satisfied, they become a loyal, and then of course we can do business with them. Okay, so that can be our chapter 2. We can write about all where we can find the resources about service quality, customer satisfaction, all theories and models. So then chapter 3 is about research, which is the method, yes, or research methodology. So that's our research methodology is very important. So what we can use the research onion model. We can look around inductive, deductive approach, data collection, data analysis. So these all, and next, which we'll go through in the next lesson, we can look around our chapter 4. So data analysis. Whatever the data we'll collect, we can analyze, we can draw the findings, and we can draw the recommendation now. So at least we have, these chapters in our research, and we can divide it and we can do the research. Any question?
No.
Okay, so today we done about aims and objective, research methodologies, and we went through the introduction. That's all, today lesson. And the next, we can explore about our, and we'll go through the assignment discussion.
Okay.
Any question? No?
No.
Okay. Have a nice day, and I'll speak to you next lesson then. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye.
Bye-bye.